having done all these scams, as I said, I've done over 500 scams, and unlike most con artists who do one scam for their entire lifetime, great con artists like Frank Abagnale Jr. and Yellow Kid Vile and all these people that strange folk like myself look at them and kind of go, oh my God, these guys are amazing, but really shouldn't be, because they are stealing. But most of these guys do one con for their entire life and they become very good at it. Now, I didn't become exceptional at all these cons, but I did a lot of them. And by doing a lot of them, you start recognizing patterns. You start realizing, hang on a minute, there are actually only about 7 scams out there. Everything else is a reworking of these 7 old scams, all right? And then you start seeing patterns. And then you start seeing what was the bit that actually tipped this guy to handing over his money. Why did this lady sort of finally break and agree to the deal? And you start looking at all these psychological principles. And these principles can also be used as flags, okay? These kind of, well, hang on a minute, this is happening and that is happening. These should be little flags waving in my mind thinking this could possibly be a scam, okay? So I'd like to talk to you about those. I'll go over them briefly, but I came across some scary stuff when I was doing Secrets of the Scammers that's happening, and it's becoming harder and harder for people like ourselves in the security industry to keep the people out there safer. Now, I'm not here to scaremonger. I'm not here to sort of say we're doomed, because I think we're not, because we have the means and the ability to make things better. But we're not going to do that until we all start speaking and sharing amongst us. There was a wonderful book that's been written, it's called Black Box Thinking by Matthew Syed. And he talks a little bit about the aviation industry. And I know it's a little bit of a touchy subject because there's been an accident recently with a Russian plane. But if you think about the aviation industry, it's one of the only industries where something goes wrong, everybody knows about it, they really get to the bottom of it, and they change stuff straight away. Doesn't mean that accidents stop happening, but there is decisive action. We operate in a world where breaches happen, stuff goes wrong, people try and sweep it under the carpet, not talk about it out of embarrassment, and then nothing gets fixed. And I'm just convinced that that's not the right way to go. Let's put it this way, and I'll give you my perspective, because I'm not a tech expert, but I can tell you, I can guarantee you, that when a scam becomes well known, it becomes useless. Hustlers move on. They have to seriously change it in order to make it work. So the only way to really beat scams is to publicize them. This is why if I walk out of this building today, Mr. Real Hustle, Mr. I know about scams, I've done 500 scams, and I fall for a scam, which is perfectly possible, the first thing I'm going to do about it is talk about it publicly. Because I think that we are allowing people to say, well, only stupid people fall for scams. And not just that, but in our industry, there's been a lot of these events that I go to where I'm talking to companies, specific companies in-house, and then I'm stood outside about to do something, and I'm with the personal assistant of the CEO who goes, oh, well, I don't need to be in these things, it's all, security things. Insanity. If I was going to hit a company, I'm not going to hit the CEO, the PA, that's a good target, right?